Hey guys, what is going on? In this video, quickly, we want to discuss how basically e-commerce and entrepreneurship has given us freedom to, make decisions on like our own behalf in a way. And kind of just go through like the pros and cons of that, because there are a lot of cons. Stay tuned.
What's going on, guys? Back to what Corey is saying. We're going to be talking about how our businesses have kind of given us freedom in our lives to be able to do what we want to do. Although I may be in school right now, Corey's not in school. He's on his own, doing his own thing. I'm in school and doing my businesses at the same time. I do have a lot of freedom to do the things I like to do. So whether it's just, some of the hobbies that I have, or just working like very flexible hours on my behalf, when I want and wherever I want, essentially. Whether that's at a coffee shop or whether it's just in the studio here downstairs. And that's just something I really like in my life, is just because like the customization of what I'm able to do and like everything that I'm able to do with it, just really enhances the experience of like your life, kind of, right? When you're able to have freedom to do those things. And also when you're making money, that's the best part too, because then you don't have to, like, if you're not working a job or anything, right? Like, this is our life right now. This is our job. This is what we're doing. So we've been able to eliminate our part-time jobs or even a full-time job at our age and replace it with what we're doing right now.
So Anthony pretty much mentioned a few of the pros, like, having the freedom to go work wherever you want. Pretty much you can go to a Starbucks whenever you want. You don't have to worry about, reporting to a boss or anything, because you are the boss.
Your customers are the boss.
I kind of want to cover some of like the cons. And so right away, one of the cons is that, like, you have to remember as an entrepreneur, like, when you aren't working, someone else in your industry or sector or whatever is. And so when you're deciding to, go to the gym for 2 hours, or, take an hour to read that book or whatnot, whatever it is you're doing, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's probably a good thing for like your mind and stuff. But like when you aren't working, someone else is, and that right there alone motivates me a lot. And so, for example, for the days where I don't get enough sleep, or for those days where I just feel super like unenergized, I remember, listening to a lot of successful entrepreneurs say, you have to be working like every living hour you're awake. And it is very true, of course, like, not everyone's going to, but it just increases the probabilities of success. That's all I'm trying to say here. So one of the cons is that, like, you're subject to much more of a workload, a lot more hours towards your craft, your business, whatever it may be. It's not a bad thing. If you love your business, if you love what you're doing, it's wonderful. You love it. There is no issues. But as much as the freedom you do have, you also don't have, because you're always, working towards that, or hiring someone, or dealing with problems. Because that's all it really is too, is problems. Like a lot of entrepreneurship is problems.
There's lots of uncertainty when doing this, right? And we're just speaking on the experience that we have. Like, we know ourselves. Like, we have you can never stop learning, guys, right? Like, we're so young right now, and we know that there's going to be so many obstacles and so many like learning curves like ahead of us, right? So we're not saying that we're experienced with everything, because really we're not. Like,
no, we're not.
You know what I mean? Like, like, we're not even close to where we want to be. We're not saying that we're the best or we're like at the top, because really we're really not. Like, for our age, we're doing pretty good, but I mean, there's just so much that we have to learn yet in front of us, right? And going back to the uncertainty, a lot of people at this age, there's so much opportunity available to them, yet people don't take action. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, people that want to work, go right ahead. Like, I think that's great. If you guys have a job, like, keep going at it, move your way up, or whatever your goal is to do in your life, keep going at it, right? If you have a goal, you have a dream, keep doing it. But Corey and I, we know what we want in our lives, and we know what kind of goals we have and what we want to achieve. And that is obviously to be financially free eventually when we're older, where we can do basically anything we want to do. Essentially not have to worry about, money or just time or just anything in general. You know what I mean? So just being an entrepreneur in general, it just takes a lot of time. And like we've said before, not even close to where we want to be yet. We're just speaking on just the experience that we have as being young.
Of course, at the end of the day, though, I'm gonna steal a Gary Vee quote here, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, literally, here's the entire punchline. This comes down to happiness. So, if happiness for you means working that 9 to 5, going home, hanging out with the family, watching Netflix, and doing it all over again, going to your kid's soccer game, whatever it may be, if that's what it is for you, great. There's no problem here. Like, there shouldn't be a doubt in your mind that you're unhappy. That's fine. It's totally how it's supposed to be. For others, you know, the true happiness, like for people like me, you know, is actually sitting there on my computer for 8 hours, helping people, you know, grow their companies, helping all my students, helping my own businesses grow, you know, making sure my employees are on like the right track. Like those things generally bring me happiness. Now, of course, it also increases my wealth, and so I also, you know, really enjoy like starting new income streams, going to the gym, etc. That's what brings me happiness. But at the end of the day, this is all about what brings you happiness. So like, do not jump into entrepreneurship because you think, oh, I'm gonna have free time to work whenever I want. I'm my own boss. This is awesome. Because as awesome as it may sound, it's really pretty tough.
It's honestly really hard, man. There's times where it's like, not where you want to cry, but it's just times you're really upset at yourself almost, you know, just because of what you did or what you're capable of. And when you're actually in the spot, like, nobody's making your money for you, right? You're the only person that can make your money. You're the only person that can generate income, right? So you're kind of stuck at a point, right? You got it. When you're at the beginning, Like you're gonna be losing money. You're gonna be putting in money. You're gonna be investing money. Whatever you're doing, whatever venture you're doing, you're gonna be losing money. And a lot of people don't have that kind of mindset to just liquidate their money, and that's what scares people. I think.
Well, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier when you're younger. So if you're younger, it's okay to lose money.
Of course, yeah.
You know, you don't have as much bills. Hopefully, you don't have a house yet. Like if you're smart, like. But you know, if you're 35 years old, you jump into a business and you start everything from there, and you still have your job going on. Then it's kind of harder. Then you know you have to be kind of more conservative. But when you're younger, you can be ruthless. You know, you can put in those 18-hour days. You know, because you don't have any other responsibilities. For some people, and that's like the true beauty of where you actually grow. Like that's what I think is where like you really grow when you're young and you take opportunities like a crazy person and just go 100% at it. Like that's the way I see it. And so just to like loop it all in here, guys, like that's really why we believe entrepreneurship, you know, e-commerce, like no matter what you're really doing, really, it brings you freedom. If you're a day trader, for example, you trade when the markets are open and closed. Like it brings you tons of freedom, but like even when the markets are closed, like you're still eyeing the charts like a hawk, most likely, or you're doing some kind of fundamental analysis. Like there's so much stuff behind it, guys, but that's kind of just my take.
That pretty much brings it up for this video, guys. We hope you enjoyed what we had to say about being like entrepreneurs at a young age. And I'm always going to keep saying this. There's never a time where we think we've learned too much, or like we're always going to be learning our whole lives, regardless of what age we are. There's always going to be room for improvement. And there's always room for growth, obviously. And we'll see you guys in the next video.